This is Vince's walk right now. 10 things WWE wants you to forget about VM, aka Vince McMahon. You're fired. Brett screwed Brett. Got no chance. That's what you want. Is that how it go? Anyway, let's check this out.
Vince McMahon is one of the strangest creatures in the universe.
Yes.
He's stranger than this squid with human teeth. He's the owner of a huge global corporation, a multi-millionaire, an industry leader, and has spent much of his 50s and 60s covered in blood, poo, and baby oil. Also, he looks like the love child of Tommy Lee Jones and every sex pest in the world. Look at him. You know he's got some pretty huge regrets. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and here are the top 10 things WWE want you to forget about Vince McMahon. Number 10, the 90 tour, both quads. The Royal Rumble 2005 had a bad botch at the end of the match, with Batista and John Cena being eliminated.
How'd that happen, man? I've always wondered
that.
That
was not supposed to happen, but look how perfectly they land. Anyway, confusion reigned for a few minutes until Vince McMahon, who looked, let's say, a tiny bit miffed, stormed to the ring and threw himself under the bottom rope. He tries to get up, but decides against it, sitting on the ring canvas barking orders like the world's angriest child at a Punch and Judy show. Turns out that while getting in the ring, he had torn not one, but 2 quads.
That's crazy.
Takes his hat off to you, sir. It's a stark reminder that Vince McMahon is older than a tortoise's dad's favourite oak tree, and something that he preferred not to remember. Number 9, he fought God and won, because Vince McMahon 3:16 says, "And you shall worship no other God but me." Vince has an estranged relationship with the Almighty. In 2003, he claimed he was chosen by God to slaughter The Undertaker, but in 2006, as a way of exploiting the well-known fact that previous pillhead Hellraiser HBK had found salvation, he distanced himself from the Lord, founded his own religion of McMahonism, and with his demon seed Shane McMahon at his side, decided to challenge Shawn Michaels to a tag match at Backlash. Shawn's partner? God. Yep, this happened. Vince talked smack in a church, messed around with holy water, and when Backlash finally came, God came to the ring, depicted as a spotlight. Then Vince told God to get jiggy with it, and he danced around the ring to "Somebody Call My Mama." I'm not making this up. Vince McMahon is beyond mad. Number 8, he said, "What?"
That was crazy, man.
Wife? Well, this is an example of how, hey, things might not be that bad under the PG era. Remember that feud with The Undertaker I mentioned earlier? Well, in the lead up to Survivor Series 2003, Taker chose Mr. McMahon to wrestle him in a buried alive match. Vince was understandably a bit cautious about this, and in order to get out of the fight, threatened Paul Heyman. When Paulie dangerously couldn't help him, Vince lost it and said that he was going to have Undertaker's house burned down, and these are his words, his wife raped by a motorcycle gang.
His wife, she's gonna be raped by a motorcycle gang right in front of The Undertaker.
Wow, that's one of the worst things I've ever heard. The WWE
I don't remember that.
Deep. Number 7, the WBF. Remember the World Bodybuilding Federation?
No.
Of course you don't. Vince McMahon has always liked people who look like they're made of lots of rocks glued together. I mean, look at this picture of him in Muscle and Fitness.
John
He's
Cena.
One scary granddad. In 1990, thinking that the reason that people like WWF is that they like looking at muscly men, he started the WBF, the World Bodybuilding Federation. Here is a bit from the WBF Championship 1991 recap. That's the most homoerotic thing that has ever happened. Men in tiny thongs, stretching and bending, bending and stretching, stretching and bending. It didn't do very well. Number 6, his illegitimate son. Don't give me any of that. He's actually Finley's son.
Kennedy!
It's a cop-out retcon, and you should be ashamed of yourself. In 2007, Vince McMahon blew up. Boom, there he goes. He then came back shortly after because of the Chris Benoit incident. The initial purpose of the fake death, however, was to reveal that Vince had an illegitimate son on the WWE roster. Now, they still wanted to go with this angle, so they tried it again later that year. Who was Vince McMahon's love child? Many stars were teased, including Triple H and all the delightful incest implications that come with that. The son was originally booked to be Mr. Kennedy and be the start of a huge push for him. However, he was implicated in a steroid scandal and got suspended, so it was revealed that Vince's bastard son was in fact
so much potential.
They tried to get out of it months later by saying he was actually Finley's son and it was all just a trick, but no. Hornswoggle McMahon. That's what it is. Own up to it, you cowards. Number 5, the Kiss My Ass Club. Vince is a bad boss. He does bad things to the people who work for him. Case in point, the Kiss My Ass Club. So, right. Vince's buttocks have been kissed by the following people: William Regal, Jim Ross, Shawn Michaels, Mick Foley, Shane McMahon, his son, and Hornswoggle, his son. Why did people have to kiss an old man's bottom? Because wrestling is only as sane as the man writing the storylines, and as we've discovered, Vince McMahon is madder than a fridge full of dogs. It's a pretty horrible example of stupid art imitating stupid life, and the company would like you to put it behind you. But if Vince did that to the guys who work for him, that's nothing compared to the women. Number 4, he's macked it with most of the women in his company. So you're the boss of a company that exclusively hires beautiful women. What do? You order them to kiss you or let you feel their boobs on national TV. That's fine, right? That's not one of the worst examples of workplace harassment since Willy Wonka organising a Oompa Loompa key swapping party. Right? Wrong! Vince engineered it so he could kiss and share a bath with Trish Stratus and make her bark like a dog, that he could kiss Tori Wilson on her first day in the company, that he could make Stacy Keibler dance for him, that he could make out with Sable, double horrible considering that she'd sued him for sexual harassment years before, and that he could fondle Candice Michelle's boobs.
I didn't know that.
What is it like being Vince McMahon's wife? Number 3, he drugged his wife. Oh, that's what it's like. For months leading up to WrestleMania X7, after
is that what he
asking his
said?
wife Linda for a divorce, Vince began drugging her to the point that she was reduced to a comatose state. He did this really illegal thing on live TV. He would kiss Trish Stratus in front of his drugged wife and announce that he would never forgive her for giving birth to his son Shane. Sure, it paid off at WrestleMania, but it's still really horrible and weird. Their family Christmases must be odd. Funnily enough, when Linda started running for the US Senate in 2008, all mentions of being drugged into a coma by her husband suddenly stopped. Number 2, the XFL. Screw his in-ring losses. This was one of Vince McMahon's most public defeats. In 2001, in order to capitalize on the WWF's peak popularity after
I actually got that football
and get some of that sweet NFL dollar, McMahon announced the creation of the Extreme Football League, the XFL. It would air after the NFL season finished and feature extreme rules like an opening scramble for the ball.
Yeah, I remember that.
A shorter play clock. Woo! The omens were bad from the start, as the XFL promotional blimp crashed over Oakland before the show even began. It folded after one season following terrible ratings and poor attendance. WWE lost between $30 and $60 million, and Vince himself describes it as a colossal failure. Number 1, the steroid trial. Ooh. It was a trial that could have taken down the company. In 1994, McMahon was taken to court and charged with distributing steroids to his wrestlers. The superstar formerly known as Nails, you all remember him, testified that McMahon had ordered him to take steroids, and even Hulk Hogan appeared for the prosecution, although he denied that McMahon had ever given him performance-enhancing drugs. McMahon was acquitted, narrowly, but it was one of the lowest points in his life, and had things gone differently, we might all be watching WCW right now, which is a galling prospect. And that's our list. Did we miss any out? Tell us about it in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and you can even follow me on Twitter here. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and I'll see you soon.
You know, you really think Vince McMahon is crazy. Like when you really think about it, that dude is crazy. Some of the stuff he's come up with story-wise and stuff for these wrestlers to do and include himself is just crazy. But it's all for the sake of his beloved company, man. And it works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. I never knew about the bodybuilding thing he did with the, I forgot what it's called already. But I knew about XFL. I knew about the whole them running for the football to see who gets the ball first. I actually remember seeing that in the first game. I remember seeing that the whole Kiss My Ass Club thing. That was freaking crazy. Him wrestling God was crazy. The whole thing with his wife, man, I always thought him kissing other women from his wife and stuff was just ridiculous. But I didn't even know Sable sued him for sexual harassment, if that's what he said. Might have heard it wrong, but if I didn't, comment below, let me know. But that's crazy. Of course, the payoff at WrestleMania was brilliant, you know, but the outcome was great, but the build-up was just cringe-worthy to watch. That was cool. Comment below. Let me know what you think about this list. Vince McMahon personally, the company, you know, the direction they're going right now. Huge wrestling fan. You guys know I do a couple reactions to wrestling every now and then. Let me know what you think about the state. What you think about what's going to happen at WrestleMania coming forth. You think, you alright? What happened? You just saw this sexy man in front of you. Just started coughing. You alright? Come sit down. Come here.
Something right here with.
Come here. But
the baby go cry.
Yeah.
I ain't ready.
Yeah. What do you think? You think Undertaker and Brock Lesnar are gonna go at it again at WrestleMania? I hope not. Survivor Series maybe. You think Sting is gonna get the belt? You think they're gonna lead up to Undertaker versus Sting at WrestleMania? Do you think Sting will ever get a win in WWE? Do you think Triple H will beat Rollins? Will bury Rollins? I hope to God it doesn't happen. I really do believe he is the future of the company. Him and a couple other wrestlers. I heard something about Roman Reigns breaking CM Punk's record. Is that true? AJ Lee's record just got broken. I mean, Triple H hates CM Punk, so I know he's going to do something, everything in his power, to make CM Punk non-existent in every single way. History books, everything. And the whole thing about Kurt Angle not signing a new contract to TNA and him possibly trying to get back to WWE. I personally believe Triple H is the main reason why he's not there. I know they butted heads, and one of the main reasons Kurt Angle left, I quote, I know I'm probably not going to say exactly what he said, but he said something like he's tired of dealing with the two blonde blanks, talking about Triple H and Shawn Michaels at the time. So I'm pretty sure their relationship isn't good at all, and I do believe Triple H is the reason why Kurt Angle didn't get to come back yet when he was trying to come back before he signed his new contract with TNA, but now he doesn't want to go back to TNA, he want to go back to WWE. What's going to happen? Let a brother know. I've mentioned this before, I think, but Kurt Angle is my favorite wrestler of all time in WWE. I got a long list of wrestlers I love, but when it comes to the total package, everything, humor, mic skills, ring skills, charisma, presence, looking like a legit champion, Kurt Angle is my all-time favorite. I don't think there's, I mean, when you come talking about champions, Kurt Angle looks like he should have a belt. Whenever he wrestled, anytime, he just looked like he should have had a belt on him, even when he didn't. So, yeah, comment below, let a brother know. This is Craig, that Craig. Comment, share, subscribe, and always stay on your grind.